Greetings. This is Arvette McLean with Speak, the Universe Listens. New ways to view age-old challenges. Change your thoughts, change your life. Step into the bigness of you. Greetings, and welcome to today's episode of Speak, the Universe Listens. And today's topic is Money is Energy. And I have Stephen joining me.
Hey.
Rodney.
Hey.
And Teron.
Hey.
Hey, y'all.
Hey.
So the subject of money is just always just one of those subjects. It's like a hot button subject. Everybody wants to either know how to get more of it, how to hold on to it, and how to spend it. And so money across cultures carries a certain vibration, and it's usually a vibration oftentimes. And so if we really think about everything is energy. No matter what we see, no matter what we don't see, everything is energy, including money. And so I'm going to let Rodney open with the topic of money is energy.
I was just thinking about this. I have been thinking about it lately because I was thinking about the fact that, if you got direct deposit, you get your money, it's not like it's nothing you're touching. It's just a number that popped up on your account or whatever you look at. And I had just been feeling money is energy lately because it's like, I realized that you can change your energy towards anything, include money as well. And so when you feel more like money, you get more money.
All right. Well, what does feeling like money mean?
Just feeling abundant, feeling joyful, putting away worry about money, feeling free.
Yeah, that would be my biggest thing. Free. I would say I think about money. I used to have a lack mindset when it came to money, and now it's just more of I don't look at it versus just like the paper wise. I try to look at like I have everything, my wealth, well-being, but the paper aspect of it, I noticed that when I worry, I don't have. And then when I don't worry about it and just let the universe take over, then it's like, what I needed, it happens. It pops up for me. So I just sort of like switch my perspective about it and just look at it a little bit differently.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way in terms of money being energy. I think for most of my life I felt like that same angst feeling that you described of like when it came around money. But I don't know, especially here recently, I think of it like, all right, I always have everything I want, and if it's something I want, I never feel like I can't get it, and that always ends up flowing into like the money aspect of it, to the sense of, honestly, when I look around, I'll be honest, I be seeing like money just flowing around me. I'm like, oh, it's flowing to me, it's flowing to everybody around me. Right. And I think it's because I'm not thinking about it. It's like, all right, whatever is not like, okay, this bill's due, I'm not worried about it. It's gonna get paid. That's due, that's gonna get paid. I want this, I'm gonna get this. So it's like I don't know, the minute I stopped worrying about how do I get it was the minute I started feeling like it, I think. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the minute I stopped worrying about how to get money was the minute I started feeling like money.
See, y'all are like higher level thinkers, which is amazing because you're not making money your middleman. Mm-hmm. So most of us will say, I want, let's just say I want a house, so therefore I need some money. Mm-hmm. And so we're making money as the middleman in order to get the house. Mm-hmm. So if we want the universe to provide anything, we don't want the universe to provide the house. We want the universe to provide the money for us to then get the house. But what you just said was like, I don't need the money to be the middleman. Just give me the house. Which is really like some higher level thinking right there. Because we're really talking about the universe can and will provide if you allow it. And a lot of times we block it because we're making money, the middleman. And so it's kind of like we just jumping right into that, not dealing with where most of us are. But what you're saying, like I could hear that, but I couldn't embrace it. And I finally got it, and I think I already told y'all this example when I finally got it, because I had been wanting an airplane for a long time. And so I would like do the research, and then when I'm like, I gotta hire a pilot, then I'm gonna have to, because your plane can't just sit, like it has to, you have to keep it moving, right? Or else it'll go bad. So I'm like, okay, I gotta find somebody who can fly the plane. I have to find somebody that can take care of the plane. I got to probably rent it out to people or whatever. And then I would just get so tired, like, oh, that's just too much. And so I'll put it away. But then I'm like, but I really want a plane. So I'll come back to it. I do the research again. I'm like, okay, Lord, then I'm responsible for the pilot. Now, what if the pilot has a crash? You know, like, and then I can. It's like that energy in it was just totally gone. And so, but in my head, the only way to get a plane was if I purchased a plane. With my money. And then Harry, my husband, he's actually trying to become an ambassador of Barbados. And so when he was like saying what some of the benefits were, he was like, and you get use of the private jet. And I'm like, oh, for real? And so that made me realize, okay, I can have the jet that I want without having all that stuff that I don't want to go along with it. And so like a lot of times we'll say, oh, we want this really nice house or whatever. And then you get the house, but then you're like, oh my gosh, now I got to cut the grass and I got to, keep it clean. And, I got to do all this maintenance on it. And you're like, you know what, I just need to downsize. So I'm kind of a little bit off task, but basically what I'm saying is the universe is perfectly capable and wanting to provide you with what you want. But oftentimes we do make money as the middleman. Like I got to have the money first.
Right.
But back to where most of us, look where we are.
The present moment. I would say, like I noticed at one time I used to frustrate myself every time I get paid. Right when I was working for a company and I get paid, my mindset was like, got my check, looks nice. Man, I gotta pay this electricity bill. I gotta pay this rent. I gotta pay my insurance. So my mindset was like, dang man, now I'm broke. And after a while, I started thinking more like, all right, I keep saying that I'm broke, so I'll keep on getting this broke vibes, and like I'm not seeing no money because I keep saying I'm broke, And so when I actually looked at everything that I have, I'm like, okay, so I wanted to have a roof over my head, I got it. I wanted to have lights, I got it. I wanted to have my car, I got to pay my insurance and so forth, I got it. So why am I complaining about? I have everything that I need. So I try to, and that was my biggest challenge, just getting out of the lack mindset of saying, I'm broke or not looking forward to paying bills, and just change that whole perspective around. Because if you think about it, you keep saying, dang man, I hate paying this bill, and then every time that bill comes, you're like, So that's for me, just switching that narrative up. And I came from like I said, a mindset of lack, so it took a while to get to that point, to get there.
With money, I battle with I had battle with worry about money, like enough of this, enough of that.
Yeah.
Like just the worry of money. And I realized worry ain't help nothing. Like I ain't never done nothing and been worried and that made it better. So I realized like just taking that worry out, because it just adds fear, anxiety, all these other things. And it's like when you worry, it's like a fire, and then you just adding gasoline to it and worrying about it. And when you realize that I'm connected to everything,
Right.
and the universe always provides. So why am I worried? And me being, like I said, me being worried ain't gonna help me. Yes, and it's like a lot of times we have these, these bills and these things that we worried about, and it's like we want the money to pay this bill. Like gotta get the money to pay this bill. Gotta get the money to pay this bill. But really, we just want to be free of the bill.
Really.
Yeah. So it's like what we really want a lot of times is the freedom that the money brings.
Yeah, that we perceive, that we
perceive
perceive
that it brings.
the money brings. But yeah, so we want freedom. And so that's really the energy that if you want money, then you want to be feeling free.
Right.
And a lot of times, I think it's cute if you think about money like the way you would think about a person, and like if someone is always worried about you, how would that make you feel?
Yeah. A lot of ways, honestly. I think the most common one would be like, well, leave me alone. Like, why you always worried about me? Like, let me live. I think would be my immediate
Or
response.
if somebody was just trying to hold on to you all the time, how would that make you feel?
Let me go.
Or if somebody was always saying to you, "You can never hear when I need you," how would that make you feel?
Terrible.
And so, like, but these are the things that we say about money. We want to hold on to it. When we don't have it, we worry, like, where am I going to get it from? Always like needy. That all that energy. So it's almost like if you just think about like if this was a person, what would the person do? Would the person run away from me? And so money's gonna run away from you as well. So just really being aware of the energy that you are putting out, and you don't even have to be like, I feel free as it relates to money. You know what I'm saying? Like you just feel free. Feel free, and that's the energy of you'll vibrate with money.
You see, I think that's important too, because the more I've been thinking about it, especially here lately, it's like, all right, if I think money is an energy, and then I also know that energies attract, then I need to feel like money, which is exactly like we said, like that free feeling. But I also I can't put negative things on it, like we said, like like the idea of, okay, so growing up, I used to always say, like, I don't even like getting paid. The money ain't never even mine. The minute I get it, it's out here, it's out there, it's out here, it's out there. And it's like, but that ain't the energy I want to attract, so I shouldn't even be saying that. And the minute I stopped saying that, I first started feeling better about my paychecks, and I started getting pay raises, because I was like, oh, well, now this money feel like my money. So I think it's like energies attract, so you don't want to put out an energy that's repelling money at all.
And then you said a good word about flow. That's what energy does. It flows. And so us wanting to hold on to the money, we're not allowing the flow. So you have to allow the flow. And even if it's only in your mind, right? Like, so instead of saying, as Stephen demonstrated, instead of saying, oh my God, I got to pay these bills, now I'm broke, be happy about it. Like, think about who you're feeding. You're feeding somebody's children today or whatever. Just be happy about recognizing that you are contributing to the well-being of so many people whenever you're spending money. And I know a lot of times we think about wasting money, you know, that's wasteful if you spend, you know. But really, if you really think about it, there is no such thing as wasting money, because it's going to feed somebody else, you know. And since we're all a part of the same collective, then there's no waste. So it's really like flipping your energy, flipping your own energy is what will cause money to flow to you, through you.
Yeah, I think for me it's like creating a whole new relationship with money, because we all grew up from various backgrounds and things like that we was taught about money. Like my dad hammered, save. Yeah, you just live for the day. You don't think about tomorrow and things like that. And yeah, I think it's just creating a whole new a whole new relationship with money, and like you said, loving it like it's a person that you care about, or you know, somebody that you want around you, not run away from you.
Right.
Yeah, so I think it's just creating a whole new relationship and a whole new way that you think about money, and realize that it's really energy, and whatever energy you putting out is how your relationship with it going to be.
I think what you just said, you made me think about. I had another big thing, a big problem with money at one time, and it was I used to cut off the circulation, because when you tell me spend some money, and I'm like, do what? How much is that? Even going somewhere, my daughter be like, Daddy, I want this. How much is it? $20. When I be thinking about it, I'm like, go ahead. But yeah, I had to loosen that grip up a little bit, because like we all was just talking about, if I'm holding on to it, then I'm not letting it flow. And now that I look back on it, I'm like, dang, I was just holding on to it, and it was just trying to let go. But if I had the mindset of just like, you know what, I mean, just let it flow, spend it. You know, there's no point in me holding on to it. You know,
a lot of times when we had that lack mindset towards money, like how you just said, you know, your daughter like, can I get this, and it's $20. A lot of times we come from the lack mindset when we looking at things like, if that's $20 and I feel I can't spare that $20, then I'm gonna change what I think it's worth. Like I think a lot of times when we think from the lack mindset, we tend to put that mindset on what we think something is worth. Like I ain't ready to pay $20 for that. That ain't, you know,
right? It ain't worth $20.
I feel like we do that too.
I took you to our vet's advice too. She said one day we were talking, and she was saying, like, as far as changing her mindset of, you know, going out here and when you buy something, look at it like, if you got it and you know you can afford to get it, go ahead and get it. You know, why not? But then if you sit back and you thinking to yourself, hey, I have it, but you know, I don't know if I don't wanna spend my last $100 on this, you know, on this outfit. I know it's $100. I have $100. Do I really want it? You know? And I said, you know what? Let me just try that, and I did. I cried a little bit deep down, but it was just, you know, sort of helped me get more into the flow of like not thinking about holding on to money, and attracting more of that type of abundance to me.
Like I said, running money away too. When you think about it, like, yeah, I can't spend this on this because this could happen, or my car could break down, or this. 9 out of 10, that stuff something gonna happen. The money gonna have to go away because you putting your energy on something gonna happen. Something I'm gonna have to shell out some money somewhere for something, so I can't do this.
Thank you. You just said that. You made me think. I had that same issue this week. You know, same issue. I was like, So you know, I didn't really. Everybody was asking me like, "Hey, Steve, so what you gonna do? You know, how much does it cost? And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, well, I'm not worried about how much it costs because I got to get it fixed anyway. So I'm not even, going to complain about it. And so they're like, so you ain't mad? Like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, I got things happen, So at one time, I probably wouldn't have been like that. I probably wouldn't have been as cool. But it's just the way that you look at it, things happen. You got to get it done. Go ahead and get it done. And then when I did that, I had the money to take care of it, I may deep down somewhere, I was like, but just really thinking about it in the terms of like, I have it, so I'm okay,
And money is interesting too, because even on the flip side, like when you change it and you're putting out that positive energy towards it, it flows, like literally flows through you. So you see, like I said earlier, you see like everything around you also getting money. Like an example that just resonates home with me here lately is last week. So I fundraise for a living or whatever. So last week I was I went into work just feeling real good, whatever. And my manager had a meeting, and the head of school had a meeting, and they both came back with like unexpected gifts, random in the moment, like, oh, such and such just gave us this amount, and such and such just gave us that amount. Have no idea where it came from, but like in my mind, I'm like, no, I feel like I contributed to that. Like I feel like I've just been flowing and being free, and so as a result, I've seen it all around me, like literally all around me. I'm seeing friends' businesses flourish. I'm seeing the school doing better. I'm seeing it in my personal life. So I think it's definitely important to keep the positive energy on money and think about and keeping the fact that like energies attract. So the minute you stay high vibrating, the money also vibrates just as high with you.
And then also, I just want to add that back to money being a flow and an exchange. And so you also, so a lot of times when I say you get things, it's if you don't block it. Like everything is sitting here is waiting for us. It's like everything is right in front of our face, but we don't see it because we're blocking it, right? But money will flow to you to the degree that you are exchanging in the universe. So, and I had heard this analogy one time, and I know I said it before on the podcast, but the person was saying like if what you do is if you're working to support your family, you make about $100,000 a year. If you are working to support a community, you'll make about $1 million a year. And if you're working to support the world, then you'll make in the millions. And so, like, I have kind of seen that in my own life. I had never made $100,000. Like, like I went from like $20,000 to like $1 million. You know what I'm saying? Like, but when I was young, I was just working to make my ends meet. But then I started a business, and I was all about the community. And so then I made enough money to support the community. And then once I stopped working, my whole focus changed, and I literally spent hours giving my energy to the world. And I'm very cognizant that whatever I'm thinking, my thoughts affect everybody on the planet. And so when I have negative thoughts, and again, I don't believe in negative and positive, but when I have thoughts that don't feel so good, I try to change it because I know I'm adding that to the human population, and I don't want to do that. And so I try to change it, and most of my negative thoughts would be really about myself, right? And so like that's almost the most harmful thing you can do to the planet is to have a negative thought about yourself. And so changing it, catching it, changing it, and just very aware that everything I do in this moment is affecting everybody in the entire world.
That was deep. But you have a solid point though with that, because even so, I look at like certain aspects of my life as to where I give, so much to other people, and when I give, it's out of love. It's because I want to give. If I have it to give, I'm gonna give it to you. So when you just said that statement, you made me think like, dang, okay, like wow, okay.
And which statement was that?
But basically, not what you were saying as far as you said you never made 100. If you made 100,000, but how did you say it? I'm trying to think how you said it. I can't say how you said it, but your last statement of what you were saying, it was like a rack.
Yeah. All right, you want to close out, Rodney, with money is energy.
Yeah, money is energy. So keep positive energy. Yeah. You can sum it up for me.
Okay, well, I don't know that I want to sum it, but I do want to say that Rodney has talked a lot about money over the years, and just watching like his thinking change behind money, and some of it is like it's almost the same, but now you have reasons behind why you think what you think. Does that make sense? Yeah, so like Rodney has always been a person that's like, you know, I want fancy things, I want big things, I want to have a lot of money. You know, I feel like I'm supposed to be rich, I'm born to be rich. Like he's always, ever since I've ever known him before he could walk, he was always like that. And I think he has that belief, like, I'm big money grip. Now I'm just waiting for it to show up.
That's my real life.
And it will, in a greater form, the more you can stop blocking it, or the more instead of saying stop blocking it, the more you can allow it. And allowing it, again, is just being in the energy of freedom. And different people want money for different reasons, but most of the times when you get down to it, behind it, it is freedom. Like the freedom that money can provide. All right, any other closing comments?
I would say just a change of perspective on how you look at money. You know, don't have to look at it like in a negative sense. You know, just look at it in more of a positive way. As, hey, you know, you have it to spend it. Spend it. Don't cut the circulation off.
Yeah, and I think I would just piggyback on that with the don't cut the circulation off and just changing little things in your thinking. Like, you don't have to pay a bill, you get to pay the bill.
Yeah, you get to pay. I get to pay this bill.
I like that.
And I remember Scott was on the episode and we talked about money, and he said, I can't remember what he said happened, but something happened where their finances just went totally awry, and he was like, and then they started writing checks, and I think in the memo they would write thank you or something to that effect, but basically starting to show gratitude with every check that they you know, every bill they paid, they were like thank you, thank you, thank you, and feeling that gratitude, and the situation turned so quickly, much quicker than what things are supposed to happen in third dimensional reality. All right, thank you guys for joining me today. All right, thank you also for joining us, and we look forward to chatting with you again next week. Until then, this is Arvette.
This is Steven.
Right.
It's Ron.
Bye.